What is going on? I am Johnny Von Duke and you are watching Disney Channel. Why the fuck do I keep doing this intro? I am not an investigative journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm not an investigator. I honestly usually prefer to leave that stuff up like to the great people of CoffeeZilla. You know, there are CoffeeZillas and other people. I said Zillas, didn't I? Oh my god, it's just singular. But what I'm saying is, this isn't usually my bag. This isn't my motif. This isn't my trope, so to speak. I don't really do these investigations. And I wouldn't even call this an investigation, just a curious man looking for answers. But then again, I guess that's what an investigation is. Now, I want to state off one thing. I actually got a few things wrong in my first video covering this. For example, as I minimize my screen, this channel is not Moist Critical's React channel. I have done some deep diving and searching, and as you can tell by the title, Tendo has answered my reach out. I also said it in my community tab, but yeah, quick PSA here. This is the only Moist Critical channel on YouTube that's actually run by Moist Critical. Tendo and others actually pointed out to me that this is one of the actual knockoff things that are going around. And in fact, if you just type in Moist Critical, oh hey, there's Tendo, speak of the devil. But if you type in Moist Critical, look at this. There are just so many re-uploaders for Moist Critical. Like, Moist Critical easily has the most re-uploaders I have ever fucking seen. Like, just look at these. The numbers are absurd. And yeah, I just wanted to feature that out here, because if you type in Moist Critical, this is what you get. A bunch of re-uploaders. And now, as we've already covered before, Tendo's first and secondary channel have been nuked from orbit. Content has been removed. It has been blacklisted. I never asked Tendo if these videos were deleted or if they were removed by YouTube, if they're just privated. I have no knowledge on that. I'm not going to claim to. But you see, when I made this first video, my intention was just to get a reach out from Moist Critical, really. Because I figured, you know, Moist is a big guy. He's a big YouTuber. He must have been reaching out to these people. But as I'm about to show you here, and that's why I wanted to make this follow-up video, and as I once again zoom out, I zoomed out the wrong thing. That's fucking lovely. But as you guys can see here, I got into Tendo's Discord server. Now, this Discord server is public. It is linked on his main channel. So if you look up Tendo and you go into his About page, you will get to the link. In fact, here, let me just show you all the links so you believe me. Right there. Fucking hell, my Discord. But there you go. So there's proof that I actually accessed his Discord. And I was just curious because Moist Critical wasn't, you know, responding to me. And like Tendo would eventually point out to me that one channel that I went over that I thought was Moist Critical's React channel was a scam channel, basically. A knockoff, a bootleg, a front lobe. Reversed. But y'all get what I'm saying. So I want to thank Tendo a lot for telling me about what was going on and the fact that one channel I shouted out wasn't even Moist Critical's. I have amended that in the video. I've left a comment saying not to listen to that part of the video. I have dropped a post in my community tab, and I cannot thank Tendo enough for doing what he has no right to do, and that's making sure I got my information correct. So Tendo, if you're watching this, I heavily appreciate you pointing that out to me. Thank you. And as you can see here, no communication. I'm letting you guys read it, scroll up and down. You guys can pause as needed. Here, I'll even pull my camera out of frame for a second so y'all can see it. There you go. Scrolling up and down for a few seconds so you guys can get a view on this. Okay. There you go. And there's no drama to it, thankfully, which is what my big fear was overall with this. Like, I won't lie, when I heard that Moist Critical content channels were getting dropped and getting bombarded, so to speak, I was really, really afraid that Tendo was just targeted directly. And no, after speaking with Tendo, this was just a generic, you know, going after of copyrighted clips, which is perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable. And Moist Critical is well within his rights to do so. I'm not going to say he isn't. Now, I will say, once again, the precedent Moist Critical has set for what constitutes as fair use under re-uploading is a little bit dangerous, a little bit of a deadly game to be playing. But, you know, honestly, considering Tendo has no hate, no gripe, there was no drama to it, this was clean, you know, I can't really comment too much on that because it was broken off cleanly, so to speak, you know? It's not like Moist Critical specifically targeted Tendo. That was partially my fear because Tendo was the biggest of the re-uploaders. And mind you, what Tendo was doing is legitimate. For example, you have this guy right here, okay? You have this first guy that I pointed out. And look, at no point does he say he's not Moist Critical. He says this is a channel for editing and transforming Moist Critical live streams on the Twitch channel. Yeah. But you never once say you're not Moist Critical. So that's a little bit screwy. You know, that's very screwy, and that is not right. I do not vibe with that. I don't mess with that. So with all this being said, yeah, I can see why Tendo got hit more now. And we can finally close the book on that no communication was happening between Tendo and Moist Critical when the videos were getting removed. You know, we theorized that no communication was happening, but, you know, wanted to know for sure. Because I wanted to make sure, like, this one guy just wasn't getting screwed out of left field for no reason. And also, to further address this is something I actually wasn't aware of that other people had pointed me towards. Moist Critical had made a video earlier about saying that he wanted to target these clip channels and get them taken down because it was overall affecting how many views he was getting. Which is perfectly fine, you know, because once the re-uploaders are actually affecting you, you have justifiable cause to go after them, and I'm not going to doubt that. You know, it's just the truth. And here's the thing, I support re-uploading. We're in the re-upload game ourselves. We do song remasters. You know, we're not just taking excerpted clips and putting them up, but we're adding on. You know, we're in the re-upload game ourselves, though, no matter what I do to these things. You know, I can do is all the enhancements and remasters to these songs that I want, but we're still in the re-upload game. And you know, that's the main thing that really attracted me to this situation. That's just because the precedent set by this could affect me and tons of others who are just focusing on making sure content is there and staying up. And it's a very deadly game to be playing because one of the benefits of YouTube is it's supposed to be a safe haven. In theory, anyway. In practice, it usually isn't like that. But in theory, YouTube is supposed to be a safe haven to make sure things can get documented without risk of it getting nailed to the board, so to speak. And, well, channels are getting nailed to the board like Tendo. Now again, Moist Critical had nothing against Tendo. In fact, there wasn't even communication between these two, and I'm almost certain Moist Critical didn't even know Tendo existed, from what it seems like. And mind you, that one time we reached out to Moist Critical was unfortunately on these garbage bags, you know? The moisty reactions. Yeah, that was a little scummy, you know? Because I thought I was actually trying to reach out to Moist Critical, but instead I was reaching out to these scammers, which isn't good. Thankfully, I did once again reach out to Moist Critical in his community tab here. You know, that little shtick, this little thing, where all we got is the Logan stairs. You know, where that's all we got. But yeah, we did reach out to Moist Critical and we did try to get a comment, which we didn't. But thankfully, Tendo came in for the save once again and actually addressed this for us. I will zoom out once again so you guys can get like another look at this. And of course, we had this one guy here saying that I'm trying to stir up drama. No, I don't want to stir up drama. I just want to, you know, get to the bottom of this. I just wanted to know if communications were up or down, whatever. And we have our answer. There was no communications, and I got scammed in that last video by one of those reaction channels and one of those clip channels. So, now that we know the full story, now that we know that Tendo wasn't just randomly targeted for no reason, and we know this was a generic, all clip channels of Moist Critical were getting hit, this brings up the major thing, because, actually, hold on, we're gonna see if any of these channels besides Tendo still has content up. You know what, that's something I haven't done, so let's see. Yeah, this guy still has all of his videos up. That's fucking shameful. Here, let's check out some of these other people. I'm subscribed to this shit. Unsubscribe. Main channel. Here's the thing though, I am not sure on that one. Because look, if you go to channels, it's not referenced at all under Moist Critical's shtick, so. And his secondary channel isn't shouted out, so I have to believe this is another re-uploader. Main channel. Nah. You're not Moist Critical. Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah, there's no community board, no nothing. You are not Moist Critical. Yeah, these are all taken from live streams and the like, nothing personal. That's a shame that so many of these re-uploaders exist, you know, because this really screwed over Tendo. Channels like this. Unofficial. Oh, that channel actually got nuked from Orbit. Okay, so we got a few channels getting nuked. This guy is still up. Shameful. Critical, full stream, random videos. This guy is still up. Wait a minute.
Go back to the full streams on random video.
The fuck? Man, why are so many of these still alive? But yeah, this is just like partially what I mean. Like, look how much shit there is. Oh my god, another one. Like, there are just so many. Moist Critical out of context. This guy only has one video though. So yeah, as you can see, the re-uploaders are quite in spades. You know, we got re-uploaders in spades up in this. And whether or not you view that as acceptable, I'll leave that up to you. You know, I'll let that up to the individual. But the one thing I am going to say, it's just a shame that all those other channels we shown got legitimate re-uploaders like Tendo target. Well, again, not targeted, but for lack of a better word, targeted. He wasn't targeted, but we lack the appropriate words here. I don't know why I did that. I just felt like it. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you have anything to say on this situation, let me know in the comments below. And I'm just glad we have a wrap on this. I'm just glad we have a bow on the main question, and that was if communication was ever established between the two of them, which it wasn't. I appreciate Tendo for answering my reach out. And I also apologize that I had to go through your main Discord to do it. I'm really sorry about that. But, you know, after reaching out to Moist, like, 3 times, once falsely that I didn't know about, so 2 times, once through the community tab, once in video, and getting no response. Like, I just really, and hey, I'm pretty sure there were lots of other people who were wondering. That last video I did got 155, so there were definitely people who were curious on it. But yeah, just me and a few others wanted to know if any form of communication was established, and now we know for sure that there was none. I hope Tendo in the future can restart his channel, start posting his own content, and I hope he does successfully. I should be saying I hope he does well, not successfully, but you know what I'm saying. We all the good vibes around here. I just hope Tendo, you know, buddy, pal, well, we just met, but Tendo, I hope you're doing well. I hope you can restart the channel soon and start posting your own content. I appreciate you answering my reach out when Moist Critical would not. And yeah, overall, once again, I just want to say no hate towards Moist Critical. This was just an oddball situation that I felt like me and some others needed some answers to, you know? That's about it. I don't really want to stir the pot with this. I don't want to become a knockoff CoffeeZilla. I just wanted to really know if this one thing, what was going on, and we got our answers. You know, it was just part of a generic hit and run, basically, on YouTube, which honestly is fine. There's not much you can do about that. It's shameful there's not much we can do about it, but at the end of the day, we gotta look at like this from Charlie's point of view. You know, he's the big guy, he's the man upstairs, so to speak. He's making all those views, making that money, that grind, that moolah. You know, you can't be having people trying to piggyback off that, which is fully acceptable. And you know what? Considering Tendo has no hard feelings, neither do I. And that's fine. That's basically what this whole video boils down to. No communication was established and everything is a-okay and semi-peachy. Only semi-peachy. Tendo still got hit, so it's not fully peachy. And you know, I do hope that maybe one day Moist Critical will reach out to Tendo and they can work out some sort of deal to where Tendo can maybe become the secondary channel to Moist Critical. That would be cool. Moist, I heavily encourage that, because Tendo was a legitimate fan and he really didn't deserve to have his backlog hit by that. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. You gotta look out for yourself here on the platform. And I'm sure Tendo knows that, I know that, and Moist Critical knows that. I know you guys watching the video knows that, you know? You gotta look out for number 1, you gotta look out for the A-team, you gotta look out for the one up top. Metaphorically speaking, you know, you're at the top of any channel you own. Like, for example, I'm at the top of this channel. But Moist Critical, you know, he's a real leader. He's a real big guy in the platform, so to speak. So yeah, I'm not gonna say he was in the wrong, and I know I'm rambling, but this was just an odd thing, you know? Like, we had some guy's channel who was just a fan re-uploader get hit out of almost nowhere. And keep in mind, I reached out to Moist Critical before Tendo got hit with his content, which really messed with me. You know, it almost felt like because I pointed out, Tendo got hit afterwards. I know that's ridiculous too. I know Tendo didn't get hit because I asked, but you know, I asked beforehand, and then Tendo got taken out. So yeah, I wanted to do a little follow-up. I wanted to do a little investigation on my own. I wanted to play CoffeeZilla for a little bit. God, we're talking about CoffeeZilla a lot. But anyway, shout out to CoffeeZilla. Shout out to Moist Critical. Shout out to Tendo's main and secondary channel. I hope you can get those restarted soon, my dude. It's a shame what happened to you once again. But hey, I hope you're in this for the long run. I hope you're in YouTube for the long run, and I hope the future is well on you. Know what? No matter what you do, even if it's not YouTube. If you want to become a Twitter ranter, I hope you do well in that. If you want to become a Redditor, Tendo, I hope you do well in that. If you want to become the first internet stripper, we already have internet strippers. But you know what I mean. Whatever you do, I hope you do well in it. I hope you're successful in the future. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. It's nice that we have a little wrap on this bow. And I have been Johnny Von Duke, and it is time to take it away, other me. Shamalama ding dong, ling long, bing bong. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. It's pretty much a nothing burger, but if you've been watching my channel for all 8 years that's existed, you should know that's kind of what we do here. Anyway, if you somehow found yourself enjoying it, click over here to watch another video, click over here to watch another degenerate video, click here to subscribe to my channel, then click down there for, well, whatever lazy lack of originality content I put there. Anyway, get the fuck out of here.